Hello everybody, Captain Marty Brill here. It is Friday, February the 27th. We are about to be done with February, coming off of a really dreary, windy, wet day with not a lot to report in the fishing news, but I do have a couple things I want to share with you, and I'll be back to do that in just a moment.
Are you ready for a fishing thrill like no other?
Oh, there he is! There he is! Oh, got him up!
As seen on WikiTune Outer Banks, the Carolina Girl, captained by majestic Jesse Anderson, is a custom, luxurious 53-foot Jarrett Bay built boat running out of Hatteras Harbor Marina. Let Jesse and her crew give you a fishing experience of a lifetime. To book a trip, go online to CarolinaGirlSportFishing.com. Carolina Girl Sport Fishing, your offshore adventure awaits.
Electricity. Something I don't mix well with at all, and that's why I only trust the folks at ELS OBX. ELS OBX offers a variety of services from custom electrical installations to lighting design. ELS OBX has the experience and know-how to complete any job. They're committed to providing the highest quality lighting and electrical installations or service at affordable prices. Visit them online at elsobx.com to get a brighter idea of how shockingly awesome they are. See what I did there? ELS OBX, electrical and lighting solutions you can count on.
So it was one of those days yesterday that was just a good day to stay indoors, play a little Scrabble, maybe a little game of chess, maybe a little Twister, something like that, whatever you felt like doing. It reminds me of those days many years ago when I showed up in Hatteras and you would get a blow day in the early spring, and it would be cold and wet and rainy, and everybody would just meet at somebody's house, and we had the most fun just doing simple things, really cooking some good food, playing a little cards or whatever. And that's about all yesterday was really good for. Most of our fleet laid in. The few that are fishing, they did little projects around the boat to get things ready to go when the weather does improve. A lot of our boats are in the boat yards right now, but yesterday was not even a very good day for trying to get anything done on your hull or on the outside of the boat in the boat yard. You might have got some work on the interiors done. And that's something a lot of people don't realize. There's a lot of work that goes into keeping these 50, 60-foot charter boats running, just like any boat that's going to be in the ocean. I saw really cool upgrades that Captain Brenner Parks posted about the smoker. So we'll just wait and see, what's going on with everybody, what new toys and gimmicks they'll have as the spring season gets on us. Meanwhile, the fishing was good with excellent king mackerel fishing, and also we had very good bluefin tuna fishing. Those fish are still out there and they're waiting for someone to get out and catch them. But you don't fool around with the weather this time of year. In fact, I'm writing an article for our spring fishing guide, the Captain Marty's Fishing Guide, about respecting the inlets, respecting Oregon Inlet in particular. It's just kind of place on a good summer day you got to be careful, let alone a day in the middle of February or the dead of winter when you get a northeaster blowing a little bit and a lot of tide going out that inlet and water temperatures down around upper 40s, lower 50 degrees. You better be on your game before you tackle any of that. So, not much to talk about on the Fishing Bite offshore, not much to talk about the surf or pier report either. Pretty well about as slow and poor as it gets, but that's only because of the time of the year and there's really cold water temperatures. But people are chomping at the bit, ready to go. When you flip over into March, and for me, I'm so glad that February is a short month because I can't wait for it to be over. I am tired of the cold, the snow, the rain. We're still way behind on the water table right now, and we needed the rain that we got yesterday, so I'm thankful for that. But I am ready for a little bit of warm up. I'm ready to see some buds starting to bloom on my fruit trees, and I'm ready to move into a nice warm summer. Of course, by the time we get around to September, October, I'll be saying, gosh, I can't wait for deer season. I sure wish it would cool off. So try not to forget that as well. We'll take a little break and I'll come back and talk to you about the backcountry like I always do. So stay right where you're at.
Red Drum Tackle in Buxton is the oldest complete tackle shop at Cape Hatteras. And being the closest tackle shop to Cape Point, Red Drum Tackle has been welcoming fishermen to Hatteras Island with a wide selection of bait and tackle, skilled custom rod builds, rod and reel repair, expert knowledge and information since 1974. Red Drum Tackle knows how, when, and where to fish. To acquire this fishing brain power, visit them online at reddrumtackle.com. Red Drum Tackle, the oldest complete tackle shop at Cape Hatteras and the closest to Cape Point in Buxton.
No reports in the backcountry again yesterday. Not at all unusual. There's a little bit of rock fishing, striped bass, ocean rock, whatever you want to call them, up in the Chowan River, up around Edenton, all up in that neck of the woods. But I'm not hearing much of anything down along the coast as far as rockfish goes. I haven't talked to my old buddy Jimmy Simonson in a couple days. He usually will clue me in on what's happening on the Chesapeake Bay and its tributaries, but I don't have a report from up there either. So it's pretty quiet as far as all that goes. Now, one thing that's kind of interesting, I see a lot of guys, we have a lot of oyster farming going on in our area now, and a lot of the guys are working on that. That's a full-time job as well, but it provides a really good, stable, reliable source of oysters if you like oysters. Now, I personally am not an oyster guy. I like other things. I like shrimp, crabs, lobster, things like that. I just never have developed the taste for oysters, but the people that love them are people I respect, and I know what they're talking about, and so that is something you might want to look into right now. Not the farming of oysters, but you might want to talk to some of the guys and purchase you some. So they're really come from the same water, but they're done in basically cages, floating cages. It's really cool. It's a new industry. We're going on maybe 10 years of it now, but it's really good. It's good for the environment and good for the water quality as well. So keep all that in mind. I don't really have, you can tell it's a slow news day. I don't have much else to tell you, so I do hope you have a good day, and I do hope that the good Lord blesses you richly.